In this video, I'm going to compare the Ruger Security 380 Lite Rack and the Smith & Wesson M&P 380 Shield EZ as far as how easy are these to maintain, how easy are these to field strip and clean. So I did a detailed comparison of a lot of the features of these two guns, and I'll link that video up here. It'll also be linked in the description. But I did leave out one thing, and that is to discuss how easy are these to maintain, specifically to take down and clean. So the Smith & Wesson M&P 380 Shield EZ is very easy to field strip. Basically, once you are certain that the gun is unloaded, you simply lock the slide back as shown here, rotate the takedown lever as such, grab the slide, push it back until the slide stop releases, allow the slide to come right off the front of the frame. Turn the slide over, press on the recoil spring and guide rod assembly just a little bit and lift up. That pulls right on out. Then you can lift up your barrel and just pull that out of the top. And this is as far apart as you would normally take most firearms for cleaning. Then you would clean each individual piece, and to put it back together, it's simply the reverse procedure. Then to put the recoil spring and guide rod back in, you want to hold it in this orientation, not like this. You want the curved sides to be up and down. And then if you put it in that way, just press back here, pop it in just like that. Very easy to do. Make sure that is correctly done like that. Turn it over, line up the slide with the frame, press it on here like this, line it up like that, and slide it on carefully, making sure not to press this grip safety while you're sliding this on, because it lifts up this little lever here, and if you're holding this down and try and force this on, it's going to get jammed up on you. So make sure you're not depressing that. Move the slide straight back, push the slide all the way to the rear, lock it in place with the slide stop lever, rotate the takedown lever back into place, push back on the slide to release the slide stop, and allow the slide to come forward. And then you can double check, make sure that everything is working. And you can also go to this link up here in the corner for a quick function and safety test that you can run through to make sure everything is back together properly. All right, okay, now in order to field strip the Ruger Security 380, we first want to do the same thing, which is to lock the slide to the rear to verify we are completely unloaded. Now in the case of the Ruger, we want to close the slide. And in order to field strip this firearm, you need to remove this piece here. This is a pin that goes all the way through and it holds everything together. Now to remove this pin, you need to move the slide back so that the pin lines up with this notch here. Okay, so once you line it up this way, you want to get something behind this pin and pull it out. If you have strong fingernails, like mine are pretty strong, you'll be able to do it with your fingernail. If you don't have strong fingernails, you can get a screwdriver with some protective tape over it and just use that as a lever. And we're just going to pull this pin right on out of the gun. All right, and then just release the slide and it will now come right off the front of the frame. And then once the slide is removed, similar to the Smith & Wesson, you just squeeze down on the recoil spring and guide rod. It comes out like that, and your barrel lifts out just like that as well. And now you have the gun field stripped for cleaning purposes. You have one extra piece here, which is the pin that you don't have on the Smith & Wesson. And then to put it back together, you just repeat the process. Put your slide in like that. Take your recoil spring. You got a little hole in that side goes toward the front, and then the little flat piece squeezes down and ends up just like that. Line up the slide with the rails, push that right on, and now you're going to want to get it lined up again. Get this little notch lined up with a hole here. Take your pin facing this way with a little notch facing up, and then just push that down in there, Push it in, and then everything is back together. Next thing you want to do is a little function and safety check. I'll put a link up here in the corner to my video on that just to make sure everything is working good. So that kind of compares the Smith & Wesson with the Ruger as far as field stripping and cleaning. The Ruger is arguably slightly more difficult if you need to get out an extra tool to get this out, which you might if you don't have strong fingernails, and that's the only downside to this one. Once you get them apart, they're both very easy to clean all the pieces up. So that's just one last comparison that I have for you between these two firearms. So hopefully you have enough information to make a decision on to which one of these you would like to purchase, or you can do what my wife did and get them both. My wife does prefer shooting the Ruger, and that is mostly because the wider grip really tends to lessen the recoil that you feel when you shoot this gun. The grip on the Smith & Wesson is a little more narrow, and it does have this grip safety in the back, and my wife said that when she fired this gun, it kind of hurt her hand a little bit. And that's one of the reasons why she got an easy rack, because she has very dainty hands and not a whole lot of strength there, and she wants a gun that she can fire comfortably so she can take it to the range and practice. Alright, if you found this video helpful, please hit like below. Please subscribe, as well as in the description below I have cleaning videos, disassembly videos, and more for both of these firearms. Alright, thanks for watching.